Hello, Internet. How are we doing today? How are we doing today? Hopefully, you're doing good. I'm doing fantastic. It's one of my last days of vacation, so that's kind of sad. But, things that happens. Life goes on. So, oh my goodness. I didn't even realize we've got monsters here. Uh-oh. We better call in the cavalry. What do we got here? We have the Think Tank, whoops, from Stealth Spinners. And let me tell you how much I love these little guys. These things are sweets. So we're going to get into all that. I don't know if this will be a super long video because I don't know if I'm going to just be able to ramble on and on and on about these guys, but I want to tell you why I think these things are so sweet. So, and let's, first things first, let's just weigh them. Let's just get that out of the way. I like doing that early so we get that scale out of the way. And again, still using that old tripod. I'm trying to get that so you can see the... So 26 grams. They feel pretty light. They are aluminum. Yep, 26 grams. So I got electroplated and we've got the regular. So let's talk about these guys for a minute. So first of all, fidgetability. They've got this little nub on the bottom, which actually surprisingly is tall enough to really grab, and it grabs your finger pretty well. So if you actually want to fidget with this like a fidget spinner, you can certainly do that. It spins like a nice little bar, has virtually no judder, no wobble, because it's so light, even though it is a bar. You know what I should do? Hold on one second. Hold on. Let me sing you a song while I walk away real quick. All right, we're back. Let's compare it to this, because they're pretty close in size, just so you know what sort of size we're working with. So this is the mini tank, mini bar, the bar, the tank, Zen Duo, goes by a million names. Rose by any other name would still smell sweet. So just about the same size, a little taller, but you're looking at something that feels very similar to this, just if this were made of aluminum. So it spins all right. It's got a nice little spin to it. You can fidget it pretty well. The only thing you got to watch out for is the tank barrel if you're gonna be fidgeting it, because if this gets right here, right, like your finger runs into that. So, but that's removable if you want. So then, boom, we're good to go. So we're gonna put that back on. We're going to pop under the hood as well. So this uses, I actually haven't tried putting other buttons on. I probably should. Let's try that real quick as well. I don't think they'll work because it's a pretty thick body. It's a pretty wide body. So if you look at the retention method going on in here, it's very similar to what you've seen, but look how recessed that goes in there. So it's still a pretty deep body. Yeah, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. But let's put it on anyway, just so I can show you that it's not going to work. Although that looks kind of cool. You're certainly not going to spin it, but... So you are going to need to use these buttons, but that's not a problem because you want to use these buttons. Ah! Son of a bee's knees. Son of a... These buttons back together. All right, we're back. So let's put this back on there. So you're going to want to use these buttons because these are what make the tank. So this is designed as like a desk spinner, something to spin on your desk. I know it makes a little bit of noise, but not too bad. I didn't even test spin times for these, but it really almost doesn't matter. Maybe we can spin let me just spin this one over here for a second. All right, let's look at the time. It's about to say 4 minutes. Okay, so let that guy spin and do its thing. So it's designed as a desk spinner more than anything, so I just wanted to show that you can fidget with it. But it's really designed to be something you would just spin around on your desk. Put your finger on it, spin it, and for that purpose it works and fidgets really well. But it's also kind of cool while it's spinning to push it around. So like obviously it kind of looks like a tank, so you can kind of push it, drive it one way, turn the hands, just fun playing around, right? Especially for us boys, right? We got our imaginations playing with tanks and stuff like that, no video. But also just while spinning, it looks really neat pushing around. Make all the little gun noises. So why is this thing so sweet? Oh, you can also do this too, because of the weight. So you can kind of spin it like that. You can kind of play around with it. So it's got a bunch of different ways to kind of play around with it. So anyway, so kind of neat. But this is so unique. There's nothing else like this. You know, Stealth Spinners has kind of made a name for themselves with their pretty, for the most part, they didn't just come out with a bar. I think that got named Chunk. But they've got pretty aggressive styling. You know, you look at the Spider, they got lots of angles, they've got lots of cuts, they've got lots of detail. So they've kind of made a name for themselves with some of that styling. But with something like this is just so unique. I love that this is something that was put out by them. This just seems so them and so unique that nobody else is doing. It just seems like something like you really ought to have one of these in your collection, or a couple. You know, just having them on your desk. Like having them on your desk at work, you're going to get people's attention. People are going to come over and check these things out. So we're getting just about 2 minutes, so that's actually not too bad. So I didn't want to spin this one because currently it's got a Stealth Hybrid in it, which I don't believe they come with. So I was afraid that this might not be accurate representation of the spin time. So, but they're so unique. They're so kind of fun just to sit there. You put your finger on the top. It's super light, so it's easy to spin. So you don't really have to think about it. And it just looks cool. And then you get to do these noises all day. So there really is nothing else like that. And that's part of what's so cool about this. And so happy to see something like that coming from Stealth. Because I think, you know, this is something that is perfect for them, you know, to do things like this and more stuff like this. So I don't know what else they've got lined up in this range or this style, but just such a cool idea. So unique. That I just love it. There was something else I was going to say, but I forget what it was. But you can put tritium in the barrel if you wanted, or you know, glow powder or something like that if you wanted. There's a couple little cutouts here. Now this one, it has these laser engravings on the body here. These are a little darker than they look because I actually started painting this guy up. If you watched my live stream, I painted him up. I since stripped it all off because I kind of made a mess of it. I was just trying and practicing a bunch of different things, but I'm probably going to paint these up, maybe one to look like an old World War II tank and then one to look like a Tron tank. And we'll see how they turn out. This will probably be the World War II tank since the Tron one's going to be mostly black with color accents, and this is already mostly black. So really, just it's so cool. Again, I've said it a couple times, but there's just nothing else like it on the market right now. So having something like this is just it's just smart. It's just a smart idea. It's cool that they're doing it. I really dig these. So such a good idea. So oh, they're friends. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, just fun to play with, fun to fidget with, fun to mess around with. You don't have to spin them to enjoy them too, which is kind of cool. So it's cool that they do that, and that's part of their thing. But they just because the barrel and the body moves so independently, you know, just I kind of like driving it with two hands, so I can use one to turn the barrel and then one to turn the body. And then again, it's pew pew noises are required. So if you see anybody post these online anywhere, you're required in the comments to write pew 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 pew. So yeah, that is the Think Tank by Stealth Spinners. Let's leave them here like in a nice little profile for us to go out on. I can't think of anything else to say other than so unique, so cool. Good on you, Max, with these guys. This is nice. I hope you got more things kind of lined up to really kind of set yourself up with something unique, because these days in the spinner game, it's so hard to come up with something that somebody hasn't done, and this is a perfect example of some of that originality that I love seeing out there. So keep it up. Good old thumbs up from me, and you guys need to get over to Stealth Spinners and get yourself a tank. They're a limited run right now as well, I should say. They're going to be coming out with, I think, more styles, but once these sell out, these are going to be the end of it. So I don't know if we got different materials, different style bodies, what the deal is going to be, but in theory, these aren't going to be coming around. If there's a ton of demand, you know, maybe he can bring them back out, but right now the plan is not to do that. I also should say, I like to show you guys the tins. They come in nice little tins, nice Stealth Spinner tins. So nice little garage for your tanks. So all right, kisses everybody. Oh no, pew pews everybody. Pew 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 pew.